Hello children. Today we are going to study about the democratic government, which is the 6th chapter of your social studies and comes in the second semester. India is the largest democracy in the world. It has a democratic form of government, which means a government which is made by the people, it is of the people and for the people. The legislature and executive and the judiciary are the three wings of the government. We'll talk about the legislature. India is a vast country with 29 states and 7 union territories. In India, there is a central and union government at New Delhi. The legislature of India can be divided into the union legislature and the state legislature. We'll talk a little about the union legislature. The union legislature makes laws for the people of the country. The Parliament of India, or you can call it the Sansad, is the supreme lawmaking body of our country. The Parliament of India has two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament of India, which is also known as the House of the People. And its members are directly elected by the adult citizens who are above 18 years of age. The Lok Sabha can have a maximum of 552 members, where the Speaker is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. And in the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Parliament of India, where it has the maximum strength of 250 members. The state legislature. Each state of India has a state government. It has an elected legislature. However, each union territory is looked after by the central government. The Legislative Assembly is also called the Vidhan Sabha. The functions of the legislature is it makes laws, it controls the finances and keeps a check on the functioning of the executive. What does executive means? Now, the executive is that branch of the government which executes, or you can say it enforces, the laws which is made by the legislator. And the executive can be central or state. We'll talk about the central executive. The union executive or the central executive includes the president, which is the head of the state or the country. So he is only the nominal head. Then comes the vice president, which is the presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha. Then is the prime minister, who is the real head of the country. He is the head of the council of ministers. The council of ministers is the most powerful unit of the union executive, and it has cabinet ministers, ministers of state and deputy ministers in it. The civil servants also come in the central executive. The civil servants, they are the people who execute the policies framed by the cabinet. Okay, and these include the IS officer, IPSO officer, and so on. Now we'll talk about the state executive, which functions at a state level, and it enforces the laws made by the state legislature. It includes the governor, who is the head of the executive of that particular state. Then is the chief minister, who is the real head of a state. The judiciary, we'll talk about the judiciary. This is the third and the last organ of the central and state governments. It works to interpret the law of the land and ensures that the laws are properly followed by everyone. It also punishes the people who break the law. The judiciary is independent and it is not influenced by the legislature and the executive wings. So, the Supreme Court is the highest court of our country, which is in New Delhi. The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice and a number of 30 other judges. Let's talk about the High Court, which is the highest court in a state. According to our constitution, each of the 29 states should have a high court. However, some high courts have 2 or more states in it. The subordinate courts are also there in every state. Besides the High Court, there are a number of other judicial courts to administer justice. So some subordinate courts are civil court, criminal court, revenue courts, gram panchayats and lok adalats. Children, I have explained you the chapter, but the chapter is very long and I request you all to read the chapter, go through it once and see what all is there in it, and if you have any questions you can ask me in the comment section. This is all for today. Have a good day.